Welcome back to another anime review. Today we're doing episode 9 of Black Clover. I'm Justin,
What is up? I'm Logan.
and together we're Couch Talk. As always, before we get into this, no spoilers down below for the anime viewers only. Logan is an anime viewer only. I am a manga reader, so I know what's going on.
All right.
And we're going to go ahead and jump straight into this episode. Or
Yeah,
discuss it and then give our score at the end.
which is ironic because Black Clover doesn't always jump right into their episodes. They give 4 minute
First,
recaps.
yes, the episode doesn't start till 4 minutes, 5 seconds in. I think it's like 2.5 minutes of recap, and then you got your opening theme song, which is a good song, but please get rid of this. I mean, this is how every review starts for me. Get rid of the goddamn
For
recap.
real, like it's getting annoying even saying it, but like seriously, knock off this intro recap. Like we know what happens. We're not goldfish. We have memories that last more than a week.
That is true. We don't need to see it's not even like bits and pieces of the last episode. It's a cut and paste of the last 2.5 minutes.
Yeah, it's dumb.
Anyway, so the episode, when it actually starts being an episode, we get some anime original background story. So they're on their way to the village, and on their way, they decide to kill some boars and fight some boars. Starts with Asta just screaming his mind off, actually, is the first thing you hear. Uh,
Like every as is tradition.
yes, so he's getting chased down by some boars. So, yeah, he's just fighting the boars, yada yada. It's just I kind of get why they're doing it on their way and how they wanted to add some backstory, but for you that read the manga, they just show up at the village. There's no killing boars because normally you go to who gave you the quest to, give you the details and stuff like that.
Right.
Which is how I think they took the manga. This one they took it because uh, Magna knows him, so and he got the mission with him, so clearly he knew what to do. So they gave him that little, hey, kill boar background here, which I'd be fine with if they didn't spend so long with it.
Yeah, it
And
felt
then,
dragged out. Well, it felt dragged out for one, and it felt kind of forced in this episode, considering what happens to him later. Like the old man, it felt like it tried to force like a connection between you and this old man.
yeah, so we got this backstory between Magna and Gramps here. Basically, which is anime original as well. I'm fine with them giving backstory to Magna. Uh, it's kind of fine, but again, it does feel forced. We don't really need full backstory. Like, there was times where he said, "Oh, the old man told me I should take the Magic Night exam." Then we get a flashback of him literally just saying, "You should go take the Magic Night Magic exam." It's like, well, we don't need this flashback. He can just talk about it. We don't
Right.
need the flashback. He can just talk about his backstory because that's what Asta and Noel are getting. They're getting a story from him. We don't need him to tell a story and then a flashback of that
Right.
story.
You can either show it or tell it. You don't have to do both. You don't have to show and tell. You don't have to be like, this is what happened. Now let me show you. It's like I know it
Let me
happened.
show you, and then let me tell you what you saw. It's
Is
like, I know what I saw.
it just feels like it's a way to drag the episode out. Cause
So yeah,
what? How many chapters was this?
this was the rest of chapter 6, so like 9 pages, and then almost all of chapter 7 we got 2 pages short, so 17 pages out of chapter 2 and like 8 or so pages out of chapter 7 and like 8 or so pages out of chapter 6. So this is actually more progress than we've gotten in any other episode, but that's my point. On the other episodes we could actually been past this if
Right.
they would have kept that pace for this episode with the other ones and remove a lot of this backstory. They could have actually got through. They could have easily done the last
I
page,
feel like
last
every
2 pages of
episode
chapter
has
7.
backstory, like
They do.
actual a flashback backstory.
Yes.
Even this one had another one with Asta later
That
on.
one was in the manga. So that's the not original for the anime, but again, they turned two little frames into a minute. So on their way, we get to some of where the real chapter, where the mission actually begins.
Finally.
Them in the village, they find out, hey, there's someone surrounding it with magic. And as we saw from last episode at the beginning, it's going to be the ice guy, Heath. I don't think they said his name in this episode, actually. Or they did. I don't remember. Spoilers, I guess, if they didn't.
I can't remember.
Just a name. So, of course, like, all right, Asta, we need you to cut through this mist because it's magic. Him being the silly guy he is, he's like, I can't cut through mist. That's the weather. Like, no, you idiot. It's magic. So, I don't know. I feel... Here's the thing, like, I like the humor in the manga, but they're copying it in this one. I don't know. It just feels... I don't know if it's because of the pacing or how they do it, the voice acting or not. It always feels slightly forced.
Yeah, it does feel a bit... Or just, like, poorly timed. Just bad delivery, I guess.
Poorly executed, it could be. I'm not against them. It's just, I don't know. They just don't come out as correctly as I feel.
I think it's just the characters are so goofy in themselves. When they make jokes, it's like nothing new. Like, you're already kind of just a joke. Like, Asta's kind of like always in that like mood of joking. So when he makes an actual, it wasn't even him making a joke. It's just him being dumb. It's like, I'm used to this. Like, this is how he always is.
But when they get through all the mist finally, they come up to the villagers and they're surrounded by these ice shards getting ready to pierce them all. And that's when we come across this. First of all, I like this bad guy a lot. I think his voice acting is actually really well done. It's probably some of the best so far in the show, I think, that we've gotten the most of, actually. So I do feel like we do got a good voice actor here.
Yes.
Which is much needed, I feel like, in this show.
A potential pretty good character. A good mini antagonist, because I'm sure this is not going to be dragged out that long. Maybe.
Well,
I actually take back what I said. I don't think this guy is a long-term villain, is what I should say.
It's... Alright, yeah, so... of course, we have to have Magna save the day. Or at least, not the day, the villagers real quick. For that 15 seconds. I do like how the bad guy's always like, he gives a time. You're all going to be executed in 5 seconds. And he's like, fireballs, stops the ice. Then this is where we see old man Sehi, or whatever, CA, whatever his name is. They usually just call him Gramps, because that's what Asta calls him. And this is where I have a little more problems coming out. Like, there's not much... Oh, he actually did say the line. I didn't notice he said that line. That a person can die so easily. But they don't actually show much emotion there, I feel like, to match the lines of them seeing the guy dead.
Right.
So at first I thought Asta did not say the line, he can die so easily, but I guess he did.
But like, there was just... This is why I had issues with the thing earlier, why I said it kind of forced. You made us like connect with this old man, or try to, and then even Magna didn't even really... Like, he seemed a bit bummed, but like, that guy who you basically said influenced you...
Almost like a father figure.
Yeah, you just did... You're just like, oh, he's dead. Shucks. It's like, what?
Shucks. So yeah, like... He doesn't even have, like, he has, like, a little sweatband on his side, and that's it.
Yeah, you think he'd show, like, sadness, anger. Well, I mean, I guess he showed a bit of anger, but he's always angry. Maybe, like, I don't know. It just...
It almost seems like Asta and Noelle showed more emotions by a bit than Magna did, who's supposed to be close to this guy.
Yeah.
Just kind of odd. But they obviously get interrupted right away. He's just like, you're all going to be executed in 10 seconds. He upped it this time to give him a little more time. And he just shoots this giant ice ball. This is an ice boulder, giant snowball coming at you, which I guess could be really painful.
It'd probably hurt.
And we get Asta, who goes up, cuts the ice ball in half. Hold on. I got hit by the little midway episode point. It's not even midway through the episode. The little, Black Clover screen
the title thing. Here, yeah, he cuts through it.
And then this is where we get a little bit about these guys. Know who the Magic Knights are. They have an idea of who's supposed to be on what missions, because they're like, there's not supposed to be any Magic Knights out here. Then they know who the Black Clovers are. They know they're hectic. They don't follow like standard rules.
You mean the Black Bulls?
What did I say?
You said the Black Clovers.
Oh Jesus! The Black Bulls, yes, are hectic. They don't follow the rules, so they're not really too surprised that they're out there because of that.
Right. They also don't seem to fear them. They're like, these are basically the runts of the Magic Knights.
Yes. But there's obviously got to be some connection going on if they know.
Everyone in this show is also a huge dick to someone who doesn't have as much magic or is a peasant. Like, holy shit.
Yes, as we get from this guy who's like, I'm just killing all these maggots out here in the lower circle. They're just a waste of time. He's like, he's on a time budget here. He's got 5 minutes. He can't be wasting all his time. And of course, Asta's not liking that, so he goes to try to attack them. One of the minions uses his miss, is like, get lost. Gets it, cut it right away. Instantly, the main bad guy knows his sword negates magic. I think there was the flashback shortly. Yeah, because after that, then we get the whole, oh, they're all beast. Asta says they're not beast, and we get the flashback.
Right.
Of him with his good cause, wanting to remove discrimination.
Which is nice.
By being the Wizard King. I don't think he'll come that easily, but it is a good goal.
Yeah, you're going to have to change the mindset of literally everyone, since they're all assholes when it comes to, if you're royalty, you're an asshole.
Yeah, so flashback probably dragged out just a little too long. But I get where they're going with it. Basically, he doesn't think all these people are beast. Which he said.
Show and tell.
I'm trying to get past this. And then, well, he summons more ice sharks. Because just keep doing it over and over until you kill everyone. And then Asta repels the ice shards, so now he knows he can negate and repel. That's it. That's all Asta's got.
He negate and repel, yeah, and a big sword.
And a big sword. He doesn't have much outside of that.
Right. They pretty much keep defending the peasants.
Yeah, they keep. Yes, the villagers. Wow, we call them villagers.
Sorry,
not peasants.
Villagers.
Now you're getting up in this higher circle.
Now I'm the royal asshole.
Now we get finally the better part of the episode, I feel like. The Noelle's growth.
Yes.
Because you get a lot of things right here out of Noelle. First of all, she's still like, in this moment of like, I'm royalty. He said we can go. I don't really want to die in this unknown village.
Right, and she almost
that looked really bad on her image, even worse.
She almost agreed with him, like,
yes.
I don't want to die next to these people. I shouldn't be here. Like,
and then yes, exactly.
She was pretty much him.
Died there, her brother would probably look like she'd definitely be the shame of her family even more so. And that's still affecting her, of course. But a child comes up and says like, hey, please save us. They also don't want to die.
The moment,
and this is where
the moment was cool, like how well, she basically, she learns a new spell. It appears in her grimoire, and she uses basic a huge like water sphere to protect them all. Like the moment was cool. Just what she said was, it came across as funny to me, because like the girl's like, "Save us," and she's like, "I'm gonna save them." it's like, oh, just like that, huh?
But she does like, you got to. That little girl's holding on to you. So yeah, so we do get, they can learn new magic, and of course she changes her thought on royalty. She's like, I am royalty. I have to save these people, and not I'm royalty. Who cares about these people?
Right.
So a quick little subtle change in her. We did lose out on some of the narration in the manga. Like, we see her get the new power, but you're not really quite sure. You can assume, of course, but in the thing it just flat out says, let's see. As the owner of the tome grows, new magic gets inscribed in it. At times when emotions run high or there's a change in determination, growth occurs. So that's one way they can get their magic.
I'm sure that'll come up halfway through next episode.
Yeah, even though it should have been. It probably will be right in the beginning, because that's what they did in the tournament or whatever. Like, with the captain's thoughts during Asta's fight, they brought it in like literally 30 seconds into the next episode.
Yeah.
When they could have easily had it in the previous episode during that moment.
Right. But that's the episode.
That is. The episode just ends with her badass Naga bubble.
Do you want to jump into ratings?
Yeah, we can jump in scores.
All right.
It's better than last episode, but still not a good episode.
Last episode, didn't we give super low scores?
Yeah, we gave like, what, a 2?
A 2.
I think I'll just give this a 5. There's a lot of problems with it. It's average episode at best. The first 12 minutes, a lot of it was forced, unnecessary. This show's supposed to be about the action, okay? We're not getting enough action. The manga's all about action. We ain't getting there, okay? They're gonna turn this whole little arc thing into 50 episodes. This pace is killing me. Some of the characters, I just don't like them enough. At least their representation of them. The lack of emotion for the old man. But the good points. The bad guy, Heath, badass. Love his voice actor. Love the way they're doing him. Just screw the peasants, okay? And Noel's growth at the end was really good too. But there's still just a lot of dead space.
All right.
Fuck recaps.
I'll go with a 4. The
Ouch.
the positives out of it is the bad guy looks promising for now. Noel's part was nice. That's about it. The stuff I had issues with, the pacing. I feel like the constant pacing issue is what makes like every episode from here on out is just gonna be debunked or like lowered just by default.
What they do is they go like very slow, and then they kick it up to like fast speed.
I know, it's just
Then they go, and then it's like slow again. Just, you need to find that consistent pace.
I feel a lot of content's just forced. The old man part forced. There was no payoff emotion from any of that. The boar hunting, literally no relevancy at all. The beginning recap, worthless. Every recap's worthless. Like, the only good parts were near the end. I feel like that's how the show, they're like, let's add 18 minutes of shit content and then some pretty decent stuff at the end. That's how every episode feels.
Yeah, like, the reason how it bothers me is pacing. First of all, I'm the type that doesn't think pacing is relevant. So like, if you're slow the whole time, that's your normal pace. So it's not going to bother me. If you're fast the whole time, yeah, that's your pace. But if you go changing it back and forth, that's when it bothers me and when I notice pacing. Otherwise, I won't notice pacing if it's consistent. But I notice it because they're constantly changing it.
Right.
And that's what bothers
Or at
me.
least something has to happen if you're gonna, something like relevant or informative, not just screaming and lame jokes.
Um, so yeah, I guess that does it
That's
for this
it.
episode.
It's
That's
just
it. That's
this
all.
episode. I don't look forward to this, just because I'm like, I hope it gets better, and then every time
See,
it's let me down.
last episode, I was like, oh, we saw the back. I was like, oh man, that finally means we're getting into the chapters. We're gonna finally keep up their pace and not do all this other stuff. I hope next episode they. First of all, they're in the middle of this conflict. There's no way, right, that they can
If
find
they do
a
not
way to leave
resolve,
the conflict.
if they don't like resolve the conflict, I will be baffled.
I mean, let's see. I know how long the conflict is in chapters. All right, I think they could do it in 3 episodes. So we got 2 more.
Okay.
Which, first of all, even at 3 is kind of, it should have been done already by now at this point, in my mind. With 50 episodes, we should have, and we're at 9 episodes in. We should have definitely been past chapter 7 by now.
Yeah.
But we're not. So, woo! Depending on how they do this, I just hope next episode, if we stay in this action conflict, it's fine. Like, when they started the action, the episode got better.
Yes, as long as they don't just,
as long as they stay focused.
as long as
I'll
they
be
don't
fine.
DBZ it and sit there where nothing happens and like have flashbacks and talk about it. As long as there's action that is like pushes along the conflict, I guess you could say. As long as the conflict has progress. I don't want to fucking the end of next episode. Asa finally starts fighting him 1v1 or something. Like, as he talked through his entire plan, and please pick it up, just please.
So yeah, that does it. So I guess it's time.
Spiel time. God damn.
As always, be sure to like, subscribe, share the video. All that truly helps out a lot. Comment down below. Let us know what you thought about the episode, what you liked, didn't like, what you agree, disagree with us on. No confirming, denying theories or whatever, just because we don't want to spoil it for anime viewers only. And that does about it. So I'm going to go watch the rest of the CW DC crossovers. So until next time, peace out.
See ya.